Hey everyone, and welcome. I am the Mini Monarch, and we got a lot of good stuff to cover today. We're starting off with some big base figures. So there's large and huge characters in Star Wars miniatures. Large taking up 2 by 2 squares, and huge taking up 3 by 3. If you notice, the Imperial Sentinel and Darth Maul are both considered large, even though their bases differ in size. They both take up 2 by 2 squares each. And we can see with Luke's Snowspeeder, his base takes up 3 by 3, even if the figure itself overlaps more squares. Any large or huge figures can squeeze through smaller hallways as long as they end up in a space that they can fit. Characters that can't squeeze will be noted on the card. I will admit it can get clustered on the starter map board with larger figures. We're going to take a look at a couple official map boards I have, and you can see they're much more open and have many options for large figures and strategic positioning. Looking at them overlaid, it may not seem like a big difference, but you can definitely feel it when playing on the larger maps. I have some tiles here as well that you can use to build your own custom boards. And Shazam! Look at that. There are certainly some great options when you have those map tiles to build your own custom ones. And now we're going to look at the movement of these big base figures and talk about squeezing. So Maul wants to carefully cross this shaft. He has the movement to get across so he can squeeze to move to the other side. He can't end his turn on the bridge itself, and he would need the movement to cross fully. Which he does, with grace, I might add. Now we'll take a look at the Sentinel. With his help from his Royal Guard buddy holding the door, he can cross and squeeze through to the other side. He could not stop in the middle with any part of his base on a square with a wall going through it. And with large figures out of the way, let's talk different game modes you can play. You can do a 3-player or 4-player free-for-all, with players using really any factions. If you wanted to divide it up between Dark, Light, and Fringe, you could, or whoever you please. It's not a tournament legal match. When playing free-for-all, you all start in a spawn on different corners of the board, and instead of last player standing, you add up the points of the characters you defeat in combat. So the first one to 100 wins the match. So targeting your opponent's stronger characters could put you ahead, or it could hurt your squad. And last but certainly not least, CTD, Capture the Droid. My favorite mode personally, besides head-to-head. You put a droid figure or any token in the middle for capture and fight to grab it and bring it back to your spawn. I personally like to play with somewhat even squads and not too overpowered characters. Having a tanky toon grab the flag first can lead to a quick game. Now, Capture the Droid still does follow all the basic rules and rule sets of the original game, so you roll for initiative each round and switch off, moving 2 characters per phase. Once all characters have moved on both sides, then you re-roll for initiative and start the whole thing over again. Taking the droid is as easy as ending your turn next to it. It remains in your possession and follows you to the adjacent space you move to. Defeating a character holding the droid leaves the droid on that square to be retaken. A house rule I like to implement with even squads is a 2-turn respawn, where I put 2 force counters, and on each initiative roll, you take 1 off, bringing that figure back. When I play respawns, I typically do a best 3 out of 5, where the droid respawns in the middle after being captured for a point. But it's your game and you can play it however you wish. Here our Wookiee made it back to spawn where the droid follows and either wins the game or respawns if you play with some house rules. And there you have it, some different game modes, a look at some different maps, and big base figures movement. And we got a lot more great things coming up about this. I've got some big things coming I'm excited to showcase. So stick around, and thank you as always for watching.